Glory to God. How are the people of God today? This is Larry Zorro. And today I'm going to get a little bit on the side of fear-mongering. You know, there used to be, I don't know, there probably still is, people on the sidewalks with signs, judgment is coming, you know, and they're telling people, judgment is coming, or the end of the world. I say judgment has already been here, and it's already came. All you have to do is look at the earthquakes in the world. There's a great site, if you go to live earthquake map, and it also has a map that tells you about global incident. Actually, I'll give you a picture of it, and you can see where it's at. But anyway, it shows you where these viruses and diseases, how they're spreading throughout the world. And America looks like it's flashing. Maybe not as bad as China right now, but China is a place of Christian persecution. And I would get right with God if you're Chinese. Get right with God. Bless the Christian that live there, because they're the ones that are praying for your country. They're the ones that are keeping you safe. They're the ones that move the hand of God through prayer, and they can keep their country safe. I remember this PBS story about the influenza pandemic in 1918. And I remember that they said the number one carrier of this pandemic across America was the Postal Service. That's right. They were carriers of it. Is it getting so bad today that we're going to almost have to go out with gloves when we get our mail and sanitize it as best as we can? Just spray something on it or let it set for a few days or months before we open it. But we should use probably gloves. You know, I'm not saying we're at the place where we should have so much fear like I seen the other day. You ever seen the bottleheads? Jugheads? Yeah, they got a jug over their head and they're breathing through the top. They're wearing a mask and a jug is placed over their head and they're breathing from the top of the jug. They're actually in the jug. They are jugheads. And that coronavirus has scared a lot of people. They're right now they're working on a vaccine. Now, if you're like me, I'm not going to take any vaccine, just like the swine flu vaccine. And then they tell you, oh, people is shortening a lot of people's lives because, you know, the swine flu vaccine, you know, really turned deadly for a lot of people. No, I'm not into vaccines. I remember Jonathan Edwards, who died from taking a vaccine, a great man of God. No, I'd rather trust in God and wisdom. I remember reading a book of people taking oil of oregano, and they didn't have the plague. Well, people are telling you today, take your D3, take your K2, take your potassium iodate, you know, to protect yourself from this coming virus plague. But, you know, how about ginger? Why not take a little ginger? You know, ginger's good for you if it's not loaded with pesticide. I know, I said that for a purpose. You know why? Ginger, if you look at the tags, comes from China. And it comes near Beijing, where there's this outbreak, I notice, of this new coronavirus. All you have to do is look at where is the place where the production of ginger goes on, and it's a place called Lawu, a city of 1.3 million in East China, Shandong province. And if you look at it on a map, it's close to Beijing. And Beijing is lit up right now with an exclamation point on the incident map as being pneumonia outbreak, mystery virus probed in Wuhan. Well, that's the coronavirus, which don't get it mixed up with Corona beer. And on the map where they grow ginger, it looks very close to Beijing and Wuhan, which you have that great outbreak of the coronavirus. Now you have to ask yourself, will the coronavirus travel with the ships coming over here to sell us the ginger root. I noticed the other day, I wanted to see, did I look at that right? Is ginger really coming at Walmart? Is it really coming from China? And I looked, the label says China. And that makes you wonder, don't it? What makes you wonder about it? Well, it was filled up it was just filled up, like nobody was buying it anymore. Every time I ever go in, there's always the little scraps, because I'd buy it and put it in my smoothies. But, it's always the little tiny scraps were left. And this time I noticed the other day, it was just filled up like you wouldn't believe. I probably should have put my jacket over my mouth when I got near it. Who knows what's radiating off of that ginger from China. In the influenza pandemic of 1918, it was spread by carriers and on your mail. Well, here's an article I found. It says the influenza pandemic circled the globe. Most of humanity felt the effects of the strain of the influenza virus. It spread following the path of its human carriers along trade routes and shipping lanes. Outbreaks swept through North America. Shipping lanes? Like ships bringing in ginger? That's a virus, influenza virus, just like the coronavirus. It's a virus. And it could be on the rats from the ship when they leave with the ship bound for America. Well, does the coronavirus have anything to do with animals? That's what we should probably find out, shouldn't we? Well, here's an article. Let's look at it. Let's face the fact. According to the WHO, coronaviruses can infect both humans and animals. Well, you think that should give us zeal when we pray over our food. Oh, Lord, sanctify our food according to your word and your promises. We should be praying over our food every day as a Christian. And we should be smart enough by not buying produce from China. And if we do buy something from China, better cook it. Cook it until it's really dead. Well, this is Larry Zorro. God bless you. God bless your family. And I just hope and pray to God you'll be healthy and you'll be prosperous in these coming days ahead. See you later. Bye.